Teagle was a longtime Cornell trustee from 1924 to 1954 and made large contributions to that institution. But Teagle had another cause which he supported with far more money and fervor than Cornell. Teagle sponsored the Nazis with many millions and millions of dollars through Standard Oil, which alerted one U.S. ambassador who apparently was not on the take. Ambassador William Dodd wondered what business an American corporation would be up to by contributing so much to the military buildup of the Nazi Party in Germany, even at the same time backing Roosevelt's New Deal in 1932 and 1933. Had the Nazis won the Second World War, realized the leaders of the Standard Oil Syndicate, they would become the most powerful corporate leadership of both North America and Europe, the uncontested kings of the world. There was a lot riding on the outcome of World War II through the eyes of limitless greed. Ambassador Dodd in Germany was struck by the monetary and technical contributions by the Rockefeller-controlled Vacuum Oil Company in building up military gasoline facilities for the Nazis. So Ambassador Dodd in Germany warned President Franklin Roosevelt to the danger, but Dodd's warning fell on deaf ears. Dodd believed for some reason that Roosevelt would intervene, but Roosevelt was allied to and backed by these same oil interests who were funding the Nazis and the Bolsheviks. That was Rockefeller, who had his eyes on the Russian Baku oil fields, Teagle, and their syndicate of industrialists, bankers, and allies within the military. James Warburg, the son of Paul Warburg, was a financial advisor to Franklin D. Roosevelt in the first years of his presidency. As well, Patsy Hofstengel, another Roosevelt friend, was also a participant in the Reichstag fire, an engineered German crisis not unlike America's 9/11 or Britain's gunpowder plot, that helped turn the German people towards Nazi control. I.G. Farben contributed 400,000 Reichmarks directly to Schacht and Hess for use in the crucial 1933 elections, and Farben was subsequently in the forefront of military development in Nazi Germany. The money men who played a direct central role in I.G. Farben and Hitler's coup d'etat were Walter Teagle, representing John D. Rockefeller Sr., banker Paul Warburg, whose brother Max Warburg was on the board of I.G. Farben in Germany, and Edsel Ford. The financing for Hitler and his SS street thugs came in mostly from the Bank of England and these U.S. firms, including Henry Ford in 1922. Edsel Ford would continue the family tradition in 1942 by encouraging French Ford to profit from arming the German Wehrmacht, and later these Ford vehicles were used by Germany against American soldiers as they landed in France in 1944. Many U.S. multinational corporations made millions from Hitler's military construction program all the way up through 1942. Among the U.S. corporations which were financing the Nazis were J.P. Morgan, T.W. Lamont, the Rockefellers, Standard Oil, National City Bank, Chase and Manhattan Banks, Kuhn Loeb and Company, Union Banking Company, led by George Herbert Walker, George Bush Sr.'s grandfather, and Prescott Bush, who was one of only 7 shareholders in UBC, a New York bank for the leading Nazi banker and supporter Fritz Thyssen. Brown Brothers Harriman, led by Averell Harriman, the railroad tycoon, and Prescott Bush, father of George Bush Sr. and grandfather to George Bush Jr. Brown Brothers Harriman and Company was created through the 1931 merger of Brown Brothers and Company, a century-plus-old Philadelphia merchant bank, with Harriman Brothers and Company, recently established in New York City in 1927, and A. Harriman and Company. Among its initial partners was Prescott S. Bush, later a senator from Connecticut. Brown Brothers Harriman and Company was one of Fritz Thyssen's Wall Street connections. Thyssen was an ardent financial backer of the Nazi Party until 1938. Thyssen later confessed to his financings in a book called I Paid Hitler. For Thyssen's interests, Brown Brothers Harriman had bought and shipped millions of dollars of gold, steel, fuel, coal, and U.S. Treasury bonds to Germany used to build the Nazis' war machine. Brown Brothers Harriman dealings were sanctioned by Roosevelt's U.S. Treasury Department, which insisted that so-called trusted